What is good, YouTube? Chris with Journals Comics, and boy, do I got a haul today. I'm super hyped because it is still January, and for those that saw my last video, I went ahead and made my 2020 key book want list. I also did my, my runs that I want to complete this year, but my 2020 key book want list, guys. I will be marking off a book from this list today. I'm super excited. What will it be? Thor 134, first High Evolutionary. Captain Britain number 8, first Betsy Braddock, Psylocke. ASM, Amazing Spider-Man number 17, second Green Goblin, first Goblin Glider. Fantastic Four number 67, first full Cocoon of Him. Secret Wars number 8, first Black Costume Origin. X-Men 266, first Gambit. Hulk 180, first Wolverine cameo. Fantastic Four 49, first full Galactus, second Silver Surfer. Or Amazing Spider-Man 129, first Punisher. What will it be? All right, guys. So let me tell you, I loathe Facebook Marketplace for comic books. Anyways, hey, you can find some good random stuff on there, right? But for comic books, let me tell you, I hate it. I absolutely hate it because you have people just posting books. Like, what did I see? What did I see today? I saw somebody posting a it was a McFarlane run Spider-Man from the 90s, right? I don't know. I think it was the one with Thanos on the cover or something. It's like worth maybe $5 in near mint condition, and they were asking like $75 for it. You get the craziest stuff, and it is what it is. Us shoppers, I mean, we can pass. We don't have to pay any mind to people that either don't know what they're doing, which is fine. Not everyone knows what they're doing, although it's not hard with the internet today to kind of Google to see what the value of books are, or they're just trying to really like rip someone off, and that just kind of breaks my heart. So, but for me, it's just kind of waste of time, because to me, it's like that's all it is just people that are selling worthless books for so much money. I actually found something on Facebook Marketplace today. I was searching specific comic books, and this guy came up, the seller came up, and he had a ton of stuff, and I saw one of the keys, and the price was decent, and I hit him up, and I drove out there. It was about a 40-minute drive, and I brought my little guy with me. Usually I'm very cautious about meeting people online, especially bringing my kids around, but I felt very comfortable regarding this situation. I went into the room, to the room where he had all of his comic books, and man, this guy, he had books on the wall. He had shelving units with boxes in the closet. The whole room was stacked. And he had this table in the middle of the room that had a bunch of keys. He had a first appearance of Vision, just old, like Spider-Man issue number 5, Amazing Spider-Man. So much stuff. He had key books on the wall, and I'm like, wow. So we got to talking, and this guy just hits up random, like estate sales. And he said one time he had somebody had passed away. He bought out the storage locker, and he found a whole bunch of stuff, and he found a run of Hulk books, and a lot of them had gotten water damage on them, but they weren't bagged or anything. But the Hulk 181 that was in there was kind of like pushed in a little bit so that it didn't get any water damage on it, and it was near mint. He had sold it, but he showed me pictures of it. It was amazing to see. So it's like, when am I gonna get my break finding these things? It's like, these people, where do you find them, right? So I went ahead and got some books, though, guys, and he was really really good guy, really reasonable, and I appreciated that. He wasn't in there trying to just get like the most he can get out of me, but he was busy too. He had people coming in and out. So let's go ahead and go into the book. So we got what it is here is the key is at the bottom. So we're going to go through a few randoms first, and then you're going to have to watch the rest of the video to get to the bottom of the book, bottom of the pile, to get to that key, right? I got my son. He gave my son a few books for 50 cents each too. So that was pretty cool. He got like Spectre number 1, 2, and 3 from the 1987 run, I think. and a couple other Teen Titans stuff. So, all right, so I got Captain Marvel number 50, not bagged and board. It's not in the best condition. He gave me this for like $2, but I got some Thors just as run fillers for $1 each, and they're in near mint shape here. Nothing wrong with these guys. These were bagged. So we got Thor number 384, 366, 364, 365. Let's move these out of the way. 363, 360, and 358. So those were all $1 each. So going into, so I didn't just get one key book off of this list. I got a few other little keys. This bad boy right here. Thor 390, Avengers Assemble, where Cap lifts Thor's hammer. And this book is really, really hot right now, obviously, because of Endgame and what we saw transpire. And this book is near minty fresh, man. So, and he was even looking at, he was looking at eBay, and this book was going, just depending on grade, anywhere from $20 to $40. And yeah, he gave me this book for $10. So that was a sweet, sweet deal. I think this book definitely has potential to keep climbing a little bit. Obviously, it's not going to be anything crazy, but I know movie hype tends to fluctuate. I talk about that all the time, but I don't see this going down really. I see it probably gradually gaining a little steam, and probably in near mint being anywhere from a $50 to $100 book in the next few years. It's definitely possible, because that was such a pivotal moment in the MCU when that happened in Endgame, and that's never going to go away. So, all right, next up, guys. So we got 3 books here. The first book I'm going to put up is Amazing Spider-Man number 86. I do believe this is the first Amazing Spider-Man issue with Black Widow in it, and this is a very sought after 15 center from this run, and it's not in the best condition. It's not horrible. I can definitely give it a press. I think you could see that it has probably the mail fold right in the middle there, but also has a couple other creases that tend to break color here and there. The spine isn't too bad at all. A little, if you can see that, it's just kind of worn down at the corners. A couple little color breaks there, and slight rounding on the edges. So it's not too bad. I would call this a decent mid-grade, and I am happy to have this in my collection to mark off in this grade just for the price I got it for. At first, I was like, I don't want to. I want to save my money and get a higher grade, but he took the price down from what he even had marked on it, which was cool. So we can go ahead and mark Amazing Spider-Man number 86 off of the run list. So this is my first book off of my 2020 run list that I'm marking out, and that book can be considered a sort of a key find, but definitely not a key, but it is a solid book to mark off of the run. So, all right, guys, we got 2 more books, and I wasn't even going in there. This next book, remember when I said he had that table in the middle of the room and he had a bunch of keys on there? This book was just sitting there, and I'm like, whoa, cool. How much for this? And the price it gave me, and I was actually, I think I was looking at this a couple weeks ago on eBay, and the price it gave me was like way lower than some of the prices, some of the bids that I saw. So next up is Avengers 48, first Black Knight, and this book is real. Besides what's going on in the upper corner, it's kind of chipped and cracked along the spine there, but then it stops, and the rest of the spine is solid. A little bit of a spine roll that hopefully can be fixed in a press. But no huge color breaks except for down in the corner there. A little bit going on up around the opening of the book. But again, I thought it was a great steal for the price that he gave it to me for. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't even looking for this, but obviously we have the hype of the Eternals movie coming out, and with Black Knight and Kit Harington, I believe, right? You know, Jon Snow from Game of Thrones, who I really enjoyed on that show, even though I was extremely disappointed with the last season, like many others were. I think he's going to do a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do, and I think he's definitely going to really give this character critical acclaim, and bring him kind of out of the forefront and turn him into a more popular character, kind of like Chris Pratt with Star-Lord. Maybe not to that extent. I think what Chris Pratt did with Star-Lord is really unique, and but I definitely think Black Knight's just going to get more popular, especially with the younger generation now that we're going to see him in a movie. So, all right, guys, I've wasted 11 minutes of your time, and we haven't even got to the key book yet. So, what did you guys think? Which could it be? I'll tell you one thing before I show it. Well, it is a Silver Age book. It is a Silver Age book. And here it is. Amazing Spider-Man 17. Second appearance of Green Goblin. First appearance of the Goblin Glider. It's really crazy to me how I just found this, looking on Marketplace, and I just came off of making my want list, and even for the price, because I was looking at eBay all last week at listings of this book, and none of the pricings were even close to what I got this for. And if we look at it, I mean, it's a little, it's a bit beat up. I mean, the staples are clean, but there's, and they're on the pages. I took it out of the bag, and they are attached, but there's a little breakage. The spine isn't cracked anywhere or splitting anywhere, but and there's not a lot of, there's this little scuff right here. There's not a lot of color breaks throughout the book or the cover, except for one down here and a little down here. A little scuffing around the edges, and then up here a little bit of chip here, but you probably can see here, and I'll show you, it's not very smooth. You can't actually, the bag's doing a good job of allowing you not to kind of see, see, you kind of, there we go, see, you kind of see, look at that up through Amazing and Spider-Man there. So we got a lot of little non-color breaking crinkles going on, but I am going to throw this in a press, and I'm going to come and do a video for what it looks like after the press. Let me actually take this out of the bag for you guys so we can get a better idea of what grade and what shape this book is in. All right, so being that I only have one hand here, I'm not going to do go too crazy with trying to handle this to show you guys, but you can see that we got a bit of a spine roll with the edge coming out, the spine coming out there. You can kind of see more of what's going on around the staples. Some chipping down there and obvious wear, but I think when I get this pressed up and we put it in a Mylar, it's definitely gonna showcase really well. Oof. There we go. So as you see, the book is still on the staples. Ooh, whoops. Pages are pretty crisp. They're not very, when they get dried out and crinkly. I don't know the proper term for that, but I really hate when books get like that. But as you can see, the pages are still pretty healthy here. I'm being very careful with trying to open this up. And as we can see here, we can still see the staples are fully attached there. So I am very, very happy with the way this book looks. Let me try to close this and show you guys the back. So again, take a look at it, see what it looks like now. We can kind of, again, get the idea of the crinkles that we want to get out with the press. They're the one right there by the S. So if we flip this guy around, see what's going on with the back. Now we do have a little bit of a chip right there. Other than that, it looks really solid. See, because of that little bit of a spiral. See kind of the back page not centered, but yeah, there it is, guys. Second appearance of Green Goblin. So let's get out the Sharpie. Let's find it on the list. And what do you know? Still January and one of them down, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to go. But hey, again, good thing about this is I got a couple other nice key books as well. So there it is, guys. There's my find for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys thought. See how I made out. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and keep a lookout for my next video in the next couple of days, to where I show you guys what my ASM 17 looks like after my press. So again, thanks for watching. Till next time.